super easy for me. I mainly use it just to check our production, make sure the wells are going, and make sure our pumpers are doing our job. But I've been talking with our pumpers just this week. A couple of them have had it for a while. One or two of them, I think, this is their first time using it. You know, they're kind of blown away with how easy it is. I'm not good with technology. I'm not good at phones and everything. And just told them it's not hard. It's a couple buttons really. And we're only a couple weeks in maybe, and they can't believe they've been writing it down on paper this long. So. My name's Bryant Theis. I'm kind of acting as the controller for DropTine exploration based out of Medicine Lodge, Kansas. We are just an oil and gas operator, small time right now, just getting kind of started out. 3 or 4 of us have gotten together and kind of wanted to do our own thing, and GreaseBook's really been helping us keep in contact, know what we're doing. We've all got other jobs, so it's really helpful that we can all kind of stay on the same page without having to call each other nonstop. Got into the oil industry. A family friend of mine, he was an older fella, he was 77 at the time, needed an office employee, and I had just graduated and had no clue what I wanted to do. So he hollered at me and said, any interest in running my office? Just graduated, sure, I'll try to run the office of an oil and gas company. So I went in there, and I've learned the industry over the last 5 or 6 years. I feel knowledgeable, but I'm sure there's a ton to learn. But that's how I got my start, was just a lucky phone call, really. I kind of like the fast pace, decision making. It is a, big money industry. I do enjoy that. I've been involved with some smaller time deals, and it's just, there's something about it when there's a lot on the line and you got to make quick decisions with a lot of money. I love that part of it. I've also really enjoyed the relationship side. Never really understood that coming in, how much you've really got to rely on relationships in this business, but that's pretty much all you have. In my limited experiences, you got to know your pumpers, know your service companies, know your partners. It's all people in the industry. So that's kind of what I've learned so far. Challenging. Like I said, I've got in the industry with another oil operator, and we operate 175 wells roughly. And it's just kind of chaotic, and that's among probably 10 or 15 pumpers. And we're doing it the old fashioned way. My boss was an old guy and liked to do it pencil and paper and get it in and get it onto a spreadsheet and go that way. And it takes so long, and you don't notice issues very fast. And it was awful. I hated it. And so it's actually by luck, another GreaseBook client works down the road from us here, and I just got lucky talking to him. Said, what do you guys do? How do you do this with this many wells? And he showed me their GreaseBook platform, and just said, wow, that looks super duper helpful. So yeah, chaotic. That's probably my best word for pre-GreaseBook. A lot of it for us is the geographical issues. We've got 3 partners around here and then 1 in Canada. So one of our big challenges is how do we keep everyone informed and on the same page, and without, like I said, we were calling each other nonstop the first couple of months of what's going on here. Okay, why is this well down after we sent the normal gauge sheets up to Canada? And it just was to keep people informed. And that's really the hardest part, I think. It was getting people to just change their way of thinking and telling them that it is with an iPad or with a smartphone or something. That was not taken well by some of our older people. And so they almost shut it down before we got started. But we kind of put an ultimatum of, you're going to do this or we're going to have to go a different direction. And fortunately, they stayed on and now they're loving it. And I'm spreading the word now myself to other operators and pumpers alike. All of it, really. I really like a lot of the features myself, the reports and the customizable reports. I would say I didn't expect that coming in, that I'd be able to, finagle those the way I needed them to get it to show me what I wanted to show me. And then the other, tank by tank, being able to see our tank levels in each tank, because some of them just, here's what I got in stock total. Well, that doesn't help me a whole lot, to be honest. I need to know what you've got in the tank right now in case I need to call in a short load, or I need to, if we're going to have weather, if it's worth me calling somebody to come out there and grab it. That's been really, really helpful. I'm sure there's 1,000 things, to be honest, that have been way more than I expected, but those are a few things that just stick out right away. I recommend it. I touched on that a minute ago, and I thought we might get to that, but I'm already recommending it to not only other operators, but to pumpers and other people in the industry of, get on board. This should help you a lot. I've got some contract pumpers that I'm trying to push on right now to, these are guys that handwrite their notes and handwrite their gauge sheets right now. And I just use it as an admin account, so I don't use the app a ton myself. I do use it on all platforms at my office right now. I'll use it on the actual computer. I've got this iPad that I'll use if I'm on the road or traveling, or I don't want to get the laptop out and hook it all up. I'll get on there and check our reports and stuff. And then I also use my phone if I'm just messing around and don't want to take the time to get out another device. So I use it on all 3 devices, and I love that I can do that, get on there real quick, see what happened for the day. But I have been talking to some of our pumpers who use the app, and they say, it's super easy. So, and I've been on there just to look. We do have just a blanket pumper app in case we add more people. So I've been on there to check it out and just see, and it looks very, very similar to what I see on the admin side. So I've had to enter a few things. We've got some guys that get a little lazy and just say, hey, look, this made this today. You want to throw it in there? So sure. So yeah, I've played with it all, and super easy. I love the versatility. It's just very easy, and I think that's the best part. Yeah, it did not take long for us to see the benefit. It was about, say, 10 or 12 days into using it. We noticed a little drop off in production, and messaged one of our other partners who's more in the field, said, what's going on here? And he said, I noticed it too. I'm going to look out there tomorrow. And we went out there, and it turned out there was, I'm not really sure what the issue was, but there was an issue out there, and, zipped it up, got it taken care of. It was done in a day or two. Whereas, we were 10 or 12 days into the month. So we were probably looking at another 2.5 weeks of there being this issue that didn't get resolved, more than likely. So yeah, it paid for itself really fast for us, which was nice just to see, that instant gratification. Yes, I can say without any doubt in my mind, if you're a small operator and you're not using the GreaseBook, or if there is another app that's similar, I'm sure, but if you're not using something like this, you're really wasting money. Like I said, it took us 10 to 12 days for us to pay off that first month, and I don't know how many more months going forward, just in the production, just noticing in real time that there is an issue. Extremely important. And being able to see those reports and be able to print those reports and shoot it to your investors, in a blink. It's hard to put a dollar sign on that, but a heck of a lot more than what they're charging, for sure.